Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. You guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. You guys, I think I've been getting my days confused, but whatever. How you guys doing? You guys, I just had an amazing phone call. Had an amazing phone call with my aunt back in the States. So it's kind of really, I wanted to talk about this for a while, but it's brought me basically full circle back to this discussion, which is, something that a lot of people who come out here or whoever who goes somewhere else, a different country, whatever, basically relocating from what they already known and, having to deal with not being around their family and their friends and, things of that nature. And you guys, I have to say, there's definitely pros and cons to it all. You know what I mean? There's pros and cons to it all. There's it's definitely a bittersweet feeling. Yes, you are not there for the dramas. Okay, you're not there for the dramas and things like that. And if you have a family, I think every family has dramas and traumas and all that stuff, right? And it's just, sometimes it's not that you miss the dramas of obviously, but it's who you guys are. It's what your family is. It's what your friends are, or those friends that are like family to you. You know what I mean? And it seems like this. It's actually that's so true. Like this week, I've been getting a lot of announcements this week in regards to like my friends and family friends when that situation. And I don't know, you guys, sometimes it's very, it's hard. It's hard if you're trying to relocate, and that's just the truth of the matter. It's not going to always be, I'm leaving that family drama, I'm leaving all this nonsense, I'm leaving the drama of the states, I'm leaving, you know um all the good positive reasons for leaving, but there's reasons why your heart longs for what you left behind as well. You know what I mean? Like, you know when like my best friend, my oldest and best friend is now, in a relationship, and you're happy, but at the same time you're like, oh, you didn't get to vet the person. You know what I mean? Like, your regular roles are not being played out because you're so far away. And I was talking to my aunt, and you know I'm not gonna put her business out there. I'm not gonna put her business out there, but let's just say, she's doing really well, and it's one of those moments where you want to be there. You want to be able to, share those moments with them in person, and get the hee and all that stuff. But it's difficult, and you definitely have those moments, you guys, when if you relocate and you leave your family behind, where you're like, you second guess your decisions. But just remember why you moved to begin with. You know what I mean? Remember why you are, because first and foremost, you have to put your immediate family first, okay? And you have to put your goals and your dreams and what you guys aspire to do first. And and I'm grateful for WhatsApp. I'm grateful for WhatsApp. I'm grateful for being able to, and really and truly, like, we have WhatsApp, but I don't do it too often, you guys. Like, just now, like, my aunt was just telling me, like, oh my gosh, da, 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 she's happy to hear from me. And I was like, you could have called me. You know what I mean? Like, that's our banter. But at the same time, it's like, for me, I feel like, because I know friends who have relocated and have left their families, same scenarios, but they have like specific days, or a specific day that they actually, or is it every night? It might be every night, or a specific day that they actually are, intentional in talking to their family, you know, back in the States. And I actually tried that. I tried doing that at least like every Sunday. I was, talking to somebody, dealing with somebody, yada yada. But really and truly, you guys, it just makes me more depressed. Like, it makes me not depressed, but like, when you get into your feelings about certain things, or Like it makes you more homesick, and I don't want to be homesick because I know this is my home. I'm home with my family. But at the same time, I do miss my other, the other sides, you know what I mean? And of course, you have to consider when you're moving, like how far you're moving. You have to consider that, how big your family is. Like we're a big family, like we're a big family. So traveling long distances definitely takes planning, you know what I mean? And being able to, you know, like you guys, we've had a couple of deaths in our family being out here as we're out here. Deaths have happened in the States. A lot of things have happened, you know what I mean? Deaths, graduations, marriages, weddings, all type of things. And not being part of it, and that whole Zoom thing, like I don't know. I feel like those things are not for me, but it might benefit you. You know what I mean? Like if you're thinking about relocating, or if you have relocated and you're feeling a certain type of way, being away from your family all the time, and you feel like you just need that interaction. Like I talk to my best friend regularly. You know what I mean? Um, does it make you ache a little bit more? For me, yes. For me, yes. For you, maybe not. You know what I mean? But like my regular family, like on a daily basis, I can't do that. Like I would go, like I'd be depressed, like you know what I mean. So you have to find ways, if you desire to move, if you haven't moved yet, figure out amongst yourselves like how you're gonna go about it. Like are you gonna make a intentional to, okay, I'm gonna call you on this time, be ready for my call, or you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be. Like we're gonna Zoom, we're gonna talk, what all the things, because life goes on, you guys. Life goes on, with or without you. And you know it's just crazy. Like it's crazy to me that I got this news that I got today, and it's kind of like back to back with other news I've received lately. And you know, you can only be happy for the people in your life when good things are happening for them. It's a great feeling, and it's amazing year, and you really want to just embody the good feelings for them and just the blessings that they're acquiring. But at the same time, you're like, you want to be part of it, like, but you're not, and it's fine. And I feel like as long as you know where your heart is, and they know where your heart is, and that you wish you could be there, and that it is what it is. It is what it is. We are here, they are there. And you have to keep that in mind if you're definitely thinking about relocating out of state, out of country, whatever the case may be. You are going to miss out on things. You are going to miss out on things. You're going to miss out on holidays. You're going to miss out if you celebrate the holidays. And even if you don't, because like really and truly, like we didn't stop doing the holidays since we moved out here and learned more about the holidays, backgrounds, and all that stuff. I digress. But even still, like when you go visit, like not everybody in your family is on that path, so you're still gonna celebrate with them. Like let's be honest, like you know what I mean. And for one, I don't know. I for one, like if I'm ever going to visit the States and visit my family, I want to be there around the holidays, because at least I know more variety of people are gonna be there. You know what I mean? More of us are gonna be around celebrating together, and but it's hard, you guys. I don't want to come on here and sugarcoat any of it to you. If you're thinking about relocating, like if you are close to your family, if you're close to your friends, if you're close to anybody that you're leaving behind, you have to think about how you are going to keep that connection. If the connection is that important to you, find a ways to keep that connection and make sure to follow through, because it's the lack of follow through that really. I mean, obviously if you're moving, in the beginning there's always a little, you're trying to get your footing right. So but once you're settled, you definitely want to come back to being able to talk to people and hang out on, whether it's Zoom, whether it's WhatsApp, video calls, whatever the case may be, because they're important to you, they're important to them, and just because you're moving, you're leaving a spot. You're not leaving your peoples. You know what I mean? So yeah, you guys, I just wanted to say that because I was feeling some type of way. Because the news is okay that I am receiving these past few days have been a lot. It's been a lot, and it's been a lot of celebratory type of news, you know what I mean? And not being able to be there to, I'm a touchy person, so I like to hug and all that stuff, and like be excited, but toast somebody up, but it's not that can't be when you're far away, um, not physically anyway, So yeah, definitely keep that in mind, you guys, as you are going on. If you are on this journey to trying to relocate to anywhere in the world, and you're leaving your family behind. If you are one of those people that are really attached to your family, you're attached to your loved ones, keep it in mind. Obviously, you will be making new friends. You will be making new. If that's your thing, if your thing is, plus it's a new place, so you definitely want to make new friends, right? You definitely want to make new connections, but if you are tight with your peoples, definitely find a way beforehand, you know, how you guys going to stay connected. Because connection is important. Okay. Anyway, guys, it's a beautiful day. It's one of those days that it started off really like downcast, and now it's really sunny and stuff. Um, and the day's ending. But yeah, you guys, I will definitely talk to you guys soon. Hope you guys are having a great day. Stay connected. If you haven't, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And yeah, I'll be catching you guys again soon. Be blessed, you guys.